Boston, St. Patrick's Day, 1990. The city was a sea of green, thick with the smell of wood smoke and fading echoes of rowdy bagpipes. As bars emptied and revelry died down, a heavy, salt-mist fog rolled in from the Atlantic, swallowing the streets. Most of the world was sleeping, but outside the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, two men were just beginning their shift. They sat in a nondescript hatchback, watching the side entrance on Palace Road. They weren't wearing masks or black turtlenecks. They were dressed in crisp blue uniforms of the Boston Police Department. To anyone passing by, they were just to beat cops, but these men didn't care about the law. They cared about the 13 frames waiting inside. At 1:24 a.m., they pressed the buzzer. Rickabath, a 23-year-old security guard, looked at the monitor. "Police," the men said. "We're investigating a disturbance." Against every protocol, Abath buzzed them in. It was a mistake that would haunt him for the next 36 years. They told me to come out from behind the desk. They said there was a warrant for my arrest. Before I could ask why, handcuffs clicked shut. That's when one of them looked at me and said, "Gentlemen, this is a robbery." For the next 81 minutes, the museum belonged to the shadows. These weren't sophisticated cat burglars of Hollywood cinema. They were brutal, impatient, and terrifyingly efficient. They moved through the Dutch room like ghosts with hatchets. They didn't carefully unscrew the masterpieces. They smashed the protective glass, shards raining onto the centuries-old floors. They took 13 pieces, a Vermeer concert, one of only 34 known to exist in the entire world. 3 Rembrandts, including his only seascape, The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, a Manet, 5 sketches by Degas, total value, over $500 million. It was the greatest art heist in human history, executed by unrefined men. They didn't even notice Titian's Europe, arguably the most valuable painting in the building, hanging right behind them. When the morning sun finally hit the Venetian-style courtyard, the world woke up to a cultural massacre. The FBI moved in, the reward climbed to a staggering $10 million, and the leads began to pour in like a flood. They looked at the Irish mob in Southie, they looked at the Patriarcha crime family. They followed whispers of canvases hidden in the floors of Connecticut farmhouses and vaults beneath the streets of Dublin. We've spoken to every thief, every snitch, and every fence from Maine to Florida. We know who was capable of it. We just don't know where the art is. It's like it evaporated the moment they stepped out into the fog. Decades have passed since that March night. The thieves are likely long gone, victims of the very underworld they inhabited. But the most haunting part of the Gardner Museum isn't the mystery, it's the mandate. Isabella Stewart Gardner's will was ironclad. If a single piece of art was moved or changed, the entire collection was to be sold and the proceeds given to Harvard. And so, if you walk through the Dutch room today, you will see a sight that stops the heart. Large, ornate gold frames still hang exactly where they were in 1990, but they are empty. The dark, velvet backing of the walls stares out through the frames like an unblinking eye. They are monuments to a loss that may never be recovered, placeholders for a beauty that vanished into the Boston night. In the world of art, we are told that beauty is eternal, but in the halls of the Gardner, we are reminded that sometimes the most enduring part of a masterpiece is the hole it leaves behind.